very unfortunate news with Dietrich. I know you guys are disappointed. He was really starting to round into shape and finish so strong in the last season. Just part of the game. When you have one of your guys that gets injured like that, and you're busy because you're still coaching,
right?
But you realize, you know what, I've got to make sure I take care of my guy who's, now in need of some support.
Right.
What do you guys do with an injury situation like that to try to make sure that guy stays engaged, feels like he's a part of things, even though he can't be out on the field?
Yeah, we've got, unfortunately, him, and we got some other guys banged up, and what we would try to do is get them still in the meetings, still involved in everything that they would do in the program, just they're not practicing. And, and you're exactly right. I mean, we got to keep their morale up. We got to keep them positive and understanding that, these things happen. And, unfortunately, a part of college football. And just a lot of support from our staff and then also from our off-the-field guys. And we just try to make sure that they know they're in good hands, and we got a great medical staff. They're going to take good care of them. So just communication. A lot of communication with those guys.
Meanwhile, you've got a new guy back there, and DeAndre Hicks, who brings a real offensive skill set with him from his high school days. Sat and I talked a little bit about it. How much can you try to feed him? I mean, he's got to try to pick this up like he's drinking out of a fire hose, but he's also got to learn how to do things very precisely.
Well, we spent a lot of time together, so trying to get him lined up, understand the offense, get the signals, all those things. We're kind of side by side during practice, and he's done well. I mean, he's picked it up well, and it's it's important to him. He's certainly given a lot of effort, and he's got a lot of ability. Just trying to get those, just trying to get him along as fast as possible, but at the same time, careful not to let him lose confidence or get frustrated.
Just observation, Jalen looks great.
Yeah.
Very fast, very quick. Maybe he's as healthy now, maybe healthier than he was at any point during the season,
right.
honestly.
Right.
Do you see, when you got a guy who's a 3,000-yard career rusher and has been as explosive as he has, you always wonder what could he do beyond what he's already done. What do you see as kind of the next level or the next gear for him?
I think understand the big picture, understand the whole offense. The more comfortable he is seeing what the offensive attack is trying to get done, he can lead in that regard. He's got a great opportunity to help DeAndre right now as we moved him over and really become a strong leader on our entire football team. He's earned a voice and certainly produced a great amount here. Just kind of him understanding it's his, he's going to his senior year, and he's a guy that's established himself here, and so he's got the things he needs to do personally. He's got those pretty much down pat. It's just seeing the whole picture and becoming that leader that that we all would like for him to be.
Switch gears real quickly to special teams. Mm-hmm. You guys spend a lot of time in spring ball because there's time available to really do that. And I know it's about building depth and those kinds of things. The obvious things that most fans are going to look for, though, are balls coming off of somebody's foot. Obviously, Chandler, you guys run a really physical program here. When the kicker's out with shoulder surgery, you always wonder about that. But, Michael Rubino kicked the ball well today.
He did.
And then obviously the punting game, I'm sure, no big secret. Everyone would like to have seen that be more consistent last year.
Sure.
And I'm sure that's something you're focused on right now. Kind of give us a 360-degree view of where you think special teams are 2 weeks into spring camp.
Chandler's a place kicker and a roofer. So he roofs during the summertime, and he tore his labrum, and it needed to be fixed. So, it was the best time to fix it. So he got that done. And Mike's had a good spring. He's kicked very well and been very consistent, and so that's been good to see. Xavier has punted much better than he did kind of early in the year. I thought as the season went, he got better and better, more comfortable. And then we got some guys pushing him. Clayton Howell's doing well, and Tate Hobb is doing well, and so those guys are working to compete. And then as far as the overall special teams, like you said, we're trying to find depth, trying to find young guys that can help us, guys that have redshirted coming off. What can they do for us skill set wise? But we've got to punt the ball further and higher. That's going to help our our net punting, which really, was not where it needed to be last year. We didn't give up any blocks, didn't give up any big returns, but we can certainly change the field position better than we did last fall.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, man.